Hello, everybody. This is Jose Blasco. How are you, my friends? Quick sound check, if that's okay. A quick message on the chat box. With a quick hello, we do just to make sure that you hear me. I believe that everything should be okay, but confirmations are always good. Welcome to the session. This is a pre-market overview. This is August 28. Normally, Becky is the one you would be expecting. Obviously, I am not Becky. I will be conducting the session today. Jose Blasco is my name. You can see my email address on the bottom left, jose@tradewithufos.com, as well as you can see the email of our support team, support@tradewithufos.com. That's the key email address, if you wish, in the sense that it's a team, meaning that answers are normally coming quicker out of a team than an individual person. Having said that, feel free to contact me directly if you need, using my email address, as you can see on the screen. Before we start, I would like to point at the information in the center part of the screen very quickly. As always, we have multiple live trading sessions that we conduct every day, morning hours, afternoon, so 9 a.m. New York time, 1 p.m. your New York time every day. So today we'll be doing options later. Actually, I will be taking care of the session a little bit later at 9 a.m. New York time. We'll do options, and later you'll be joining Wayne at 1 p.m. But notice how we are doing sessions every single day, being Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, what we call the active days, and being Tuesdays and Thursdays, what we call the less active days. And then the weekends, we call it sharpening, since we do psychology sharpening on the Saturdays and reinforce sharpening on the Sundays. With all of this said, the next column we have on the right is live courses. So we have multiple courses running. The course that is running as we speak is the futures course, okay, ending today, actually. Today is the last day of the futures course. Next thing you know, Saturday, we start the trading plan course. Make sure you're ready for that course. It's a very relevant course. Simple in one hand, extremely relevant on the other hand, because you may be the most knowledgeable person when it comes to understanding the financial markets. But if you don't put all that knowledge in the context of a plan that derives into a specific application of your methods, basically you are approaching trading as a hobby instead of approaching trading as a business, right? So it's a very important course that we conduct starting tomorrow. So make sure you are registered if you're not by using the You Can Trade website. What else? Well, I only have one thing to mention, which is the disclosure. So I'm just going to maximize it so you have the opportunity to read it. Please read it carefully. This is important information. Everything we do in the You Can Trade channel is for educational and informational purposes only. This has multiple implications, especially when we're running our live trading sessions. We execute trades. We do it live. Certainly, you can take those trades if you choose to. But notice what I said, if you choose to, meaning that we are counting on you to be properly informed, properly educated, properly trained. We are obviously there to support you and train you and take you to the next level. But anytime you click the button, of course, it's your responsibility using real money, paper money, larger size, smaller size. For sure, we count on you on knowing what you're doing and be disciplined and have a business and a disciplined approach to trading and investing, okay? Cool. With all of this said, let's close the introduction slide and let's jump into our pre-market overview. Okay. So here we got TradeStation. Here we also have our newsletter. So this is Friday, August 28, 2020. We're going to be looking at 4 markets, which is the S&P, oil, gold, and the euro. S&P is the most important equity index market in the world. Oil is the most important energy market in the world. Gold is the most important metal market in the world, and euro is called the euro, but really it's the euro US dollar. So you have the 2 most important currencies in the world, the US dollar that takes care of 80% of transactions worldwide, and the euro, which is the second most liquid currency in the world. So the euro US dollar is normally known as the euro, even though it's 2 currencies. So we're going to be looking at those 4 markets, and we're going to be looking at those 4 markets from 3 different angles. The first angle is what we call the climate. Okay, so we'll talk about what's going on. Is it sunny? Is it rainy? And not only that, what's the expectation for what's coming later? Meaning, are you in a climate that is about to change, or are you in a climate that is likely to continue? Okay, and we'll derive all our conclusions out of probabilities. So there is no opinions or preferences or biases. It's all probabilities. Okay, knowing that probabilities sometimes imply that you're going to be right. Probabilities sometimes are broken, and therefore it means that you're going to be wrong. Okay, and when that's the case, what you will see we do in the channel every time is to use contingency plans. We always use stops. We hedge our trades. We always have a plan for what happens when we're wrong, okay? But certainly when aligning ourselves with the markets, probabilities are probably the most useful way on how to do it, in the sense that we remove ourselves from the analysis. And when I say ourselves, I mean the human in us, okay? The human in us could be problematic because we all have preferences and biases. So when trading, we want to put that on the side. And certainly math and probabilities are very useful in that sense, okay? So climate, we'll look at propagation of the climate. So this is one angle. Is it sunny or rainy? Then we look at UFOs. UFOs, if it's the first time for you to see UFOs, UFOs stands for on-field orders, and they look like that on the chart, okay? Like flying saucers, okay? So of course, it's not unidentified flying objects. In this case, it means on-field orders. When they are green, it's on-field orders to buy. When they are red, it's on-field orders to sell. So those UFOs are telling us where potential turning points are going to happen. Those turning points are normally very useful to either plan entries or collect profits, and those are our targets. So we'll have the climate and the UFOs. That's already very powerful. We're going to add a third angle to this analysis, which is what we call the expected market volatility. So for those four markets, the S&P, the oil, the gold, and the euro, we're going to talk about what is the expected speed of price movement. Are we dealing with a boring, slow market, or are we dealing with, you know, something a bit crazier or something totally nuts? Okay, market conditions change, and it's important that when you trade or invest, short-term or long-term, you are aware of those market conditions, so you are on the safe side with the probabilities on your end as well. So more likely going to profit from it instead of being hurt. Okay, cool. So with all of this said, let's begin with the S&P. So what's going on with the S&P? Well, we are in an up climate, okay? Up climate, which is totally overextended, because probabilities would suggest that a normal thing to happen in a daily time frame would be for this market to move up 10 candles at a time. 949, I'm rounding up to 10, but this market has been moving 21 candles in the same direction, or overall in the same direction. In other words, we are way far away. We are way beyond what probability would suggest. And therefore, if this market is going to crash, we may see something really powerful to the downside, which is, by the way, something quite typical when market starts making all-time high and they go above the prior peak, right? You know, many times you have one of those teases, and next thing you know, a monumental crash on the opposite direction, okay? So I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying probabilities suggest that, you know, buying now is way too late to the party, okay? It's 21 out of 10, way too late to the party. Could something crazy become crazier? Definitely. Is it probable? No. Okay, so that's what we have objectively out there. The S&P futures, out of curiosity, okay, it's pointing at an opening of the market in 1 hour and a half, around 0.something% up. So probably a little bit of an extra peak of euphoria in the marketplace. Certainly, or very likely, you know, again, given what I just said about the climate, we're going to have profit taking today as well, and this may very well be the beginning of a powerful movement in the opposite direction, which again, it's a classical reaction out of a tease, okay? So we'll see that. What else? Well, the UFOs with the S&P, we have none, okay? We have none. Let me make sure. Yes, I'm using the right chart. So we have no UFOs when it comes to sell orders. Why? Because we're making all-time highs, so we still need to wait for the evidence of that. Auto UFOs on our chart is pointing at on-field orders to buy at 34, 43, 62, as you can see. So those are the buy orders, and the climate, as I was saying before, it's a beautiful blue climate, okay, thick dot blue climate, but again, from a propagation point of view, way too high. And again, could it go higher? Of course, we've seen expensive markets become more expensive, but again, one more time, buying now, it's expecting a bit too much based on a probability point of view, okay? So expected volatility for the S&P, I am extracting this information from the VIX. The VIX measures the implied volatility of options of the S&P 500 index. In other words, the current IV, it's 25%, and if you were to reverse engineer the options pricing models, and that's important because who trades options typically is not the retail traders, typically is professionals. So the implied volatility built in the options reflects what the professionals believe may happen. And basically that would mean a 55-point move either up or down in one day, a 121-point move either up or down in 1 week, or a 252-point move either up or down in 1 month. Again, this is by reverse engineering the options pricing models, which we don't need to talk about how we do this, but it's important for you to understand that it's pretty spicy. If the market starts moving 25%, leads to movements of 55 points a day. This is way larger than what we've seen for years and years and years. At this time when the S&P was moving at this time, you would be lucky if you get 20 points a day. We are talking about expected 55 points a day. So that's pretty powerful, okay? Let's change market and let's move into oil, okay? Now that we understand our three variables, the climate, the UFOs, and the volatility. So when it comes to oil, we are dealing with a climate which is up. Candle number 4 out of what a climate would be 6.74, let's call it 7. So we are in the middle, okay? In the middle of a, by the way, very slow move to the upside, okay, but still expected a few more candles to go moving in that same direction. On-field orders to buy and sell, well, the on-field orders to sell 53, the on-field orders to buy all the way down to 26. So really anything could happen because the sell and the buy orders are so far away that basically it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen. Probably the climate will propagate a bit more and then change and then keep going until a significant amount of new on-field orders are added to the market, because the current on-field orders are way too far from the current price to mean anything significant, okay? Now, expected volatility, 33%, so that means 0.91 point in 1 day, or 2 points either up or down in 1 week, or 4-point-something points either up or down in 1 month, okay? And if we switch market to gold, so let's load gold, okay? If we switch market to gold, so we can see as well that the climate for gold is down 7 out of 4.38. What does that mean? Well, it's been falling for a bit too long. Okay, you can see already in the futures markets a very powerful move to the upside today, 181. Probably this climate is about to or trying to reverse. Why? Because it's been falling for 7 candles, where statistics suggest that 4.38 would be a normal thing to happen. Beyond 4.38 is not a normal thing to happen anymore, based on probabilities. Okay, now again, similar to crude oil, sell on field orders, buy on field orders are very far above and below current price. So really, anything could happen anytime. But again, based on the climate probabilities, probably we're going to see a change of climate or at least a pause in this climate to the downside, okay? Speed of movement for gold, we are talking about 23% when looking at options on gold. That would represent 28.7 points either up or down in 1 day, 63.1 points either up or down in 1 week, 131.4%. Let me rephrase that, 131.4 points either up or down in 1 month, okay? Cool. Last market, my friends, the euro, okay? So let's take a look at the euro. So the euro, incredible moves on the euro in recent times, incredible moves, like really way out, way far away from what probabilities would suggest in the euro. Consistently look at the market movement since, let's call it June, July. This is really spectacular. And of course, this is not a normal time in the markets for all markets, okay? So 2020, it's way, different compared to any other year. And often we see probabilities to mean less than what they would have meant in normal situations, okay? But still, probabilities remain with a powerful meaning, much more important than opinions, isn't it? So the climate on the euro is down. While we are looking at a very powerful move to the upside today, 0.8%. So notice the climate is not confirmed. We can see the asterisk, okay? So careful, because even though it's down, it's not confirmed. So it could easily switch, okay? On-field orders to sell very far up, on-field orders to buy very far down. So again, lots of room for volatility, lots of room for movement, and difficult to predict what direction. With the euro, we are talking about 7.64% built in the options on the euro, which is 57 ticks or pips in 1 day, 126 pips or ticks in 1 week, or 263 ticks or pips either up or down in 1 month. That's what we have, which is, not a bad thing, if you wish, compared to what has been happening before, okay? Now, economic calendar, very little to say, to be honest, today. The key reports took place on Wednesday and Thursday. Today is the last day of the week, Friday, so nothing to add. And therefore, before we conclude the session, I'd like to point at the bottom part of the screen here. As I said before at the beginning, we have the trading plan course running starting tomorrow. So if you are not in this course and you want to register for the course, use this link, tradictive.com/tradingsplanslive. That's a shortcut for you to get into the courses. If you're not interested in this course, not an issue. We have other courses, so you can still take a look at the You Can Trade channel. And also remember, You Can Trade is running a promotion where you register in any course and you can get another course for free. So that's quite interesting. As well as if you're not part of our channel, I mean, in a little bit of time, 45 minutes to be precise, we'll start planning for trading of options. That's going to be live trading. This is a market overview. I'm talking about live trading, which is a different story. So this is going to be found in the channel. There is a 14-day trial that you can use to join us and take a closer look to what we do. And hopefully that matches well what your needs are in trading, and then you can join us. And if not, it's okay. We'll stay friends, okay? Come and visit us, my friends. Anyway, with all of this said, we are done with the market overview today. This was Friday, August 28, 2020. Hopefully, this gave you a little bit of a perspective on what's going on out there. Some of those crazy markets, some of those clear climates, some of those less clear climates. So you get to understand what's going on out there. So if you are invested or if you are trading, at least you get that perspective, and hopefully that keeps you safe and more knowledgeable. You guys take care. It's been my pleasure to join you today. See you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.